Hi, it's Loretta. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Let's begin with our breath. Let's start by taking deep breaths in and deep exhales. And let's just take a few of those and see how we do. So inhale, exhale. No matter how you're breathing to begin with, see if you can't begin to elongate the inhale and really take the exhale and relieve yourself of all breath that is in there. So let's do that again. Inhale, exhale. Long and smooth. That's what we're going for. You might not get there the very first time, but that's okay. Go ahead and strive for long and smooth and deep and lasting. That's what our breath should be for us. So let's begin again with deep breath in, exhale. Take 2 more of these. Now with our next breath in, as we exhale, let's exhale to the sound of Om. Please join me. Inhale deeply. I know we've talked about the sound of Om before, but if you really don't know about the sound of Om, please, it would be really great if you just asked somebody or looked it up in the encyclopedia or online or any way you want to do it. But I think that once you discover what the sound of Om is and what it represents, you will be more than willing and even delighted to chant the sound of Om at the beginning and the end of our practice. Just saying, okay? It's something for you to check into if you don't chant Om with us. This isn't something you must do, but please just check into it and see what it means and see how it feels. That's what I go by. How does it feel? So let's begin with our arms. Let's say up and down through the center, and up and down through the center, up and down. 2 more. Take them slow, take your breath with them. Last one, down through the center. And come on back up and out. And if you really do these and express yourself wholly with them, they really open up that back. Of course, anything you do with your arms and your hands, you begin to open up your heart system. And 2 more of these. There's one. And 1 more. And let's take our hands out and in. Out and in. And let's do a few more of these. One more. And come on back to center. Now, with all of these things that we're going to do today, they all work best if you're sitting on the edge of your chair with your hips, with your legs spread hips width apart. So your feet, take your hands, put them together like this, bring them down, kind of adjust your feet accordingly. That's your hips width apart. Okay, now let's go to our shoulders, and we're going to take around on one of each shoulder. You go back and back and back and back. Now stop and go front and front. We're just going to start loosening these up. 1 more on each side. And let's begin with our ups and our downs. And we're doing these crunches up and down. We're going to go ahead and take our shoulder shrugs with this so that our head gets involved. Up and down. A couple more of these. One more. Okay, let's go. Front and back. Front and back. Two more of these. One more. Make it count. Feel the crunching. Open it up. I felt that. And let's take shoulder rolls with both shoulders. One more. And then go the other direction. And come to center. Sitting on our chair evenly. Let's begin. Side to side love taps on our taking them to our waist and our kidneys. We're going to start warming up our back here, our spine, I should say. Bring one hand to your knee. Drop the other one into in back of you. You can gently insert your fingers under your butt if you'd like to. It holds your hands straight. Sit up straight. Square yourself off. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, go ahead and turn to the right. Now, when you're doing this, if you flood yourself with something good, like think of something you love, or flood yourself with a happy thought or a happy sensation, that'll keep your neck nice and loose. So let's go ahead and do that. Inhale. Exhale. Keep it loose. We're going to take one more breath. Now take an inhale, and as you exhale, come back to the center. And let's go to the other side. Right hand on left knee. Left hand under your hip. Straighten yourself up. Keep your head happy. Deep inhale. And go ahead and turn. We're going to do 3 twists here. One more deep one. Flood your head. Take another deep breath in. And go ahead and release and come back to center. That felt good. So let's do our side moves. Side to side. And I'm just moving my waist side to side, because what I'm going to do is we're going to take our right hand, drop it to your chair. Now, some people, well, here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arm up. We're going to take an intense side leaning. And what I want you to notice, well, besides the energy level that flows all the way through your body when you do this on your side panel, this whole side panel. Some people do this a little bit differently, and I'm going to show you. So go ahead and raise your arm and take your lean. Deep breath in. Go ahead and go as far as you can, comfortable. Come on back up. Take your other arm up. Come as far as you're comfortable. We're just going to go back and forth with this for just a minute. Take maybe 3, so that's our second one on this side. We're just loosening up our side, opening up that energy channel. Okay, on this one, go ahead and come over as far as you can. Now, this is what I was saying. Some people like to drop their hand down the side of their chair leg, and it gives them a better stretch. If you need to do that, go ahead. If keeping your hand on the side of your chair works for you, that's all right too. The thing I want you to notice is that you don't collapse your heart. Keep your heart open. Keep your whole chest flooded with your breath and your light. And come on back down. And let's do the same to the other side. We can do an extended side stretch. Over. Go ahead and look under your armpit if you want. If you want to drop your arm down to the leg of the chair, that's okay too. Whatever gives you that complete stretch, you'll know it when you feel it. One more deep breath, starting here. And come on back up and around. Let's bring our hands to our knees and let's do our cat-cows. And so let's begin in the cow position with our chest up, our chin up but tucked, our shoulders back so that even our shoulder blades are touching. This is the cow move. The cat move is when you're going to bring it all back in, tuck your chin, tuck your tummy, move your shoulders. Now we're going to do them faster. That's number 2. Let's do 5 of these. Just open up that whole spinal area and all the shoulder area and all the chest area. I think we have one more to go. Make this one count. Go ahead and feel all those shoulder movements and bring them back. Let's just go side to side just a little bit again, just to kind of balance our body out. And then put your hands on your knees and let's take our goddess circles, which is come on down to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back, using our ribs and our chest to articulate the move. This is not a shoulder move, although the shoulders are involved. It's really your center torso making this move. Let's do one more in this direction. Take your breath with you. Okay, stop. Now let's go in the other direction. Start to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back. And make these really juicy if you want. We're just going to do a few more here. 2 more. Starting now. This is 1. And this is the other one. Come on, all the way back around and come on to your center. Okay. Let's take let's do a mountain pose just to come back into our body. Spread your hands. Raise your chin just a little, or raise your head, but tuck your chin just a little. Your heart comes out, and you are sitting in a mountain pose. Think of all the energy that encompasses a mountain. A mountain is huge, huge, and stable, and steady, and grounded. And that's what we are in this pose. We can do anything. We're the mountain. And then come on back together, and let's take our leg and take one of our legs and bring it over our knee. Sit on the edge of your chair again now. Make sure you're doing that. What we're going to do is we're going to hinge from our hips and we're going to bow over our leg. So here we go. Deep breath in and come on and bow over. Come down as far as you can. You'll feel it really opening up your glute and your upper thighs. And I'm even feeling this one in my calf today. So I think I'm doing an intense stretch here. So let's just take it. I'm going to take it from the top one more time. And hinge over and come down. Now you can drop your arms. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your ears even with your shoulders. And feel the release. And breathe. Take one really good breath here and come back up on the second if that works for you. And come on back up. And let's take that leg up. Leave it up here. Take that leg and take your arm, tuck it under. We're going to open up that hip. So we're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. 2 more times. Last one. Bring it back to the center. Bring your leg out. Take your hands, bring them together. Hold your leg right under there. Let's take a point and flex, point and flex. Sit up straight now. Point and flex. And then let's take a circular, take a circle, go in the opposite direction. Okay, then just let that leg dangle for just a moment. And as you come down on your heel, then your little toe, go down the side of your foot to your little toe and come around to the tripod of your big toe. That's the 3 points you should be touching when you have your feet on the ground. And if you can do all of that and you've got your foot flat now, spread your toes just to give them some breathing space. And now let's go do the other leg. Bring it up, bring it over your knee. Make sure your ankle's really very close to your knee, or else it gets skewed and it hurts in places that it's not meant for me. It's not meant to hurt in those places. So when I check it out, it's because last time my knee was not directly over, this ankle was not directly over this knee. And when I did that, it changed it. So if you're having any kind of problems with any of these poses, go ahead and work with your body just a little, move it, just minor inches, minor movements, not even inches, and see if you can do the poses a little easier for your body. So let's go ahead and sit up straight, square yourself off, take a deep breath in and hinge at the hips. And come on down, tuck your chin. Take a deep breath and release your arms. Another deep breath. One more. And let's come on back up. Okay, we're going to take our knee, take our free hand. We're going to put it under so that we're supporting our calf. We've got our other hand on our foot, and we're just gently opening up our leg, opening up that hip circuit, hip socket. Do a couple more here. Do what feels comfortable. If you need a couple more to open that up, go ahead and do it. Take your time on these. And come on back, one more. Take your leg, form your bridge for your leg, put it under, let your leg dangle. Now we're going to do point and flex, and point and flex, point and flex. Now take and do a circle. 3, and go the opposite direction. And gently place your heel on the floor. Take the side of your small toe. Go ahead and just lay it there on the floor. That's your second point. And your third point, we're tripod feet. Your third point is your big toe. And then spread your toes out just so that you feel how good it feels to have your toes spread. Now let's take our legs and spread them out. We're going to do our goddess squat just to finish opening up those insides. And we're going to take our heels pointed in, our toes pointed out. Gently push the sides of your legs out so that you really feel this. Straighten your body and lift your arms and point them towards each other. This is a goddess squat. Take a few breaths here. You should really feel this opening up your legs and across your back too, just from holding yourself up straight and presenting yourself. One more deep breath here. And you can bring your arms down to your knees. Take your legs, point them forward. Make sure they're spread right past about the width of your chair legs. And we're going to come down, we're going to take a roll down. We're going to start with our chin and using our spine, roll ourselves down until we get down far enough. So let's begin. Deep breath in and tuck your chin and roll it down. And when you come here, you can automatically, your arms will know what to do. Bring them on down to your feet. tuck your chin. It's almost as if you have a beam of light coming out the crown of your head that's going to touch the floor. That's the energy dynamics of this. Then bring your hands and support that crown energy. Put one fist on each side, keeping your legs still spread apart here on the edge of your chair. And while doing all of that, lift your right arm straight out to the side and come down. Use your breath for it. Out to the side and down. We're building strength here, folks. One more set on each side. Have that crown chakra down. All right. Now take your fists, move your arms, move them out here, straight out to your sides, and roll yourself back up using your spine and your legs. Come on back up. Your head is the very last thing to become up, and you can square off. You can drop your arms. And let's stand up. Okay, let's begin by opening our knees. So let's take that one where you put one foot, you stand evenly, and then take one foot back. Okay, just feel your balance. That's all we're doing here. Feeling your balance with 2 feet, toes spread, and go ahead and bend your knee. We're going to do 5 of these. We're just opening up your kneecaps, that's all. And now you can bring the other foot back up to the front and take your other foot and put it back. And there's no big secret or formula for how far your foot should go back or anything like that, because we're opening up knees here. And that's all we're doing. So just make sure you feel comfortable. Okay, now come on back. I did these from the front so you can see me, but you can do them from any place you have around you. Just feel comfortable in this process. All right, now take your right leg, and what we're going to do is we're going to just do this where we're going to do straight legs, bending back at the hips, coming down, and opening up the backs of our knees and our calves and our Achilles tendons. And I actually feel this in the front of my foot, in the front of my ankle, and up the front of my calf as well. And come on back up and switch feet. Stand up straight, straight legs. Then hinge your hips back and out and bend at the waist. And feel your legs opening up. Now, if you need to use the chair for balance, that's really okay. Go ahead and do that. The most important thing is that you don't fall and that we're opening up our legs here. You can do that any way that works. And come on back up. And what I'd like us to do, since we're right here, let's take our downward facing dogs. So I'm going to come on up to the front, I'm going to come to the front of the chair. I'm going to put my hands flat on the seat with my fingers spread apart as much as I can, and my thumb being equal distance as the rest of my fingers. I'm going to step back as far as I can so that my feet are still flat on the floor. Now, if you go too far, you're going to be on your tippy toes, and that we don't want. Go ahead and spread your feet hips width apart. Place your head between your arms. Tuck your chin. Drop your shoulders. Raise your rear end. And then straighten your legs. And take a few breaths here. Now, folks, this is actually a resting position. I know a lot of people don't think of it that way, but it is. It involves just about every part of your body. One more deep breath. And then come forward and let's take our plank. And leaning on our tiptoes, leaning out and over our hands, almost like a push-up. Our head is pointed towards the front. Take a deep breath in and fill your tummy. And as you exhale, feel your belly button come in. One more breath. And come on back up. And because I love this, go ahead and take your legs further apart for a wide-legged spread. This is a wide-legged downward dog. You probably never saw it in yoga books, but boy, I'll tell you, it sure feels good, and I've sure done it a lot in different classes, so it's an appropriate move. Go ahead and tuck your chin, drop your shoulders, raise your rear end, straighten your legs. Now, when I say straighten your legs, I don't mean lock out your knees. Go ahead and let those joints be soft, but make sure you're not bending them like this or whatever. Maybe you need to bend them. That's okay too. Try to get as straight a legs as you can without locking out your knees though. Take 2 more breaths here. And I'm going to take one more of these strange looking planks here on my tiptoes with my feet wide because I like how it feels. And our practice should be things that make us happy and work us out. One more breath. And come on back up. Okay, now drop your hands. Come on into this straddle. And let's take that to the side one more time with our hands. Come on up on the side and down. This is just to teach our body a little bit of discipline, to hold in positions, to strengthen our legs, and to build our stamina. One more on each side. And now that our hands are back in center, you have the option of either taking your hands and walking them up your body. Now again, using your back to bring you up, your core, your spine, your whole body comes on back up. Ta-da! Or you can come down and you can bring your arms out. You can bring yourself up. Either way will work great. If you need the chair to bring yourself up, no harm, no foul. There's nothing less or more by using a chair. It's the same thing. We're just getting our balance. And come on back in. Now what I'd like us to do is we have time to do the warrior series if we do them fairly quickly as opposed to me talking everybody through it each time. I'm going to go ahead and do it in front so that, but know that if you do it from the side of your chair and you put your feet up at the top of where the legs are and you step back with the foot furthest from the chair, then you've got the support. Make sure. Yeah, and then you're going to bend your leg, and come out over those toes, pushing with the back foot and raising yourself up. Good. Now I'm going to do it from the front so you can see it. Okay. Step back. You can take space in between your legs, enough room so that your hips and your pelvic floor can fit down through it easily. Now we're going to come down, take a bend, and remember the energetics of this is that you're pushing out of the ground and you're saying, whoa, you just burrowed through all this mountain to get here. So you're pushing and you're reaching, and this is warrior one. And then you become humble. This is a humble warrior. Bring your hands back and bow over your leg if you can. Doesn't have to be all the way down. Bowing. Bringing your hands back. Remember, this is the humbleness of, yes, Lord, what is it you want me to do? You're questioning. Come on back up. And you turn forward. Now, your feet are spread apart. You can spread them a little bit further. Take your front foot, turn it, bend your knee. You're still facing forward. Your knee now comes out over those two second toes. Raise your arms. This is the warrior. Warrior 2, becoming ready to carry out his master's orders or his God's orders. Get over your hand. Yes, Lord, I'll do anything you want. And then Shakti says, but wait. And his warrior says, okay, Lord, this is the reverse warrior. What is it? It says, things have changed now. I prefer that you just come back home. Okay, Lord, I'll do that. And then you come down to the right angle, which doesn't follow the warrior series, but it's a good series follow-up. So if you're doing this with the chair, use this hand and put it on the chair. Bring your arm right straight up. Come on back down into the star position. Now, I'm going to take the warrior 1 series again, starting in the opposite direction. Stepping back, bending my knee, making sure there's room for me in here. And pushing up and saying, yes, bending back. There's a back bend involved. There's a reaching involved. There's a pushing involved. When you get those dynamics, that's the warrior 1. He says, yes. What is it you want of me? This is the humbleness. And then you come back up, turn to the front, to the star position. Take your front foot, bring it out again, move it forward a couple of inches to get your stretch. Bend your knee. Make sure this knee is over those toes. You're facing the front of the room. Your arms are out. And you're looking over your hand. Yes, Lord, I'll prepare myself. Whatever you want done, I'm going to do it. I'm your guy. I'm your warrior. Wait. Okay. I'll do whatever you want. I'm waiting. Come on home. Okay, I will. And then he takes a break for just a minute and has one of these right side forward bend, intense stretch. Come all the way up. Bring your hand down and come to the front. And with that, shake it loose. Shake it loose. Start with your head. Shake it loose. Go for your shoulders. Go with your legs. Yeah, just get loose. Do a little dance if you want. And then come on back and sit down. Time to start coming back, of course. Let's take some hand movements. Let's begin by just moving our hands in circles. Moving our wrists in one direction until you're done, and then move them in the other direction. As long as feels good. Take your hands, join your small fingers, your baby fingers, form like a nice pedestal. This is actually supposed to be a lotus flower, but I think it looks more like you're just having a pillow that's holding something very delicate. And then you go to the back and bring it up. Back and bring it up. One more. And then bring it down. Just moving our wrists mainly. And there's one more thing I'd like us to do before we really settle down into Shavasana. And that is the joint opener. That goes up and out over and down. I'm going to do about 5 of these because I like how they get us going and get our blood flowing and get us moving. I just like it. I liked all the joint openers, so you're going to see me throwing those in all the time now. One more here. And come on back. Let yourself just kind of come back. And then let's take a Tadasana pose. Bring this back into our body. Deep breaths. Okay. I know you thought I was done with this, but I really do want to just take a couple more of those lion's breath because I love how they make me feel. And I figure if I love them, somebody out there's got to like them too. So I won't get crazy on you and we won't do a whole bunch of them, but I want us to do a few so that we feel open, present, and alive. So let's put our hands on our knees. This is the lion's breath. Go ahead and do your tongue, pop your eyes. Now it is time for Shavasana. I like to do breath work right before Shavasana because it sets it up so nicely. It opens the heart. We've all been doing breath work during the whole practice, so we have our breath flowing, we're open, our heart is open, and our energy is quite present throughout our whole bodies after the workout we've had. So let's take a deep breath and slowly start transitioning into the meditation pose. And that means going inside, getting quiet, closing your eyes, and letting your body integrate. It's your breath, your mind, and your body. And just feel like I always think of it almost like a braided cord. Just runs and it's just golden and it's just beautiful when I'm totally integrated and present. And I think Shavasana is one way that we can get that way. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and just go quiet and take your time and relax. And I'll call you back as soon as it's time for us to come back. So go ahead, deep breath in. Does your heartbeat change when you finally integrate? Mine does. Let's take a couple more deep breaths and come back all the way. And just do the tiny movements that you feel, whatever they are, take them. Stretch maybe. Oh, maybe reaching. Oh, I heard cracks galore there. Oh, yeah. And maybe come back down and give yourself a nice hug. And with that, let's come back to the center. let's take a couple of deep breaths, and the second breath in on the exhale, let's go ahead and chant Om. So deep breath in, let it all go. One more for the breath. What I wanted to say was that we will not be here next week, so please feel free, with these being on YouTube, you can download it or real time a different video. The next one we'll have the one right before Christmas, but then the one right before New Year's, we're gonna have to wait on because my dear producer Heidi is gonna be on vacation. And the library will be closed a few of those days. So please just keep that in mind. And now let's join our hands together in the prayer position, elbows out, bring your head down, and let's just take a deep breath in and give value, acknowledgement, and love to the one true teacher that's inside all of us at every moment of every day. May you have a peaceful holiday, and may you find kindness and love in your life, not just today, but every day. Thanks for coming. Namaste. Thanks.